which is salt is just not for cleansing. Stop thinking small. No, no, no. Salt is a shield. Salt is a weapon. Salt is the one ingredient that has protected our people for centuries, even when we had nothing else. Today I'm going to show you the power of salt in Magick. The salt every witch should have, how to protect yourself fast, and yes, how to break a curse or banish someone using this ancient mineral. If this is something that interests you, stick around because it's coming up right now. Hi witches, what's to be? This is White Raven over here. Today is Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. I hope that you have an excellent Thanksgiving Day. Thank you so much for all the messages. I received all of them. And I think I got to answer all of the messages that I received. You guys are awesome. I love you guys so much. Again, my name is White Raven and I'm here to teach you magic from my perspective. So if the topic of conversation is something that interests you, please do not leave without subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell so you can get my videos every week. Today we're going to be talking about the power of salt in Magick, that incredible mineral that we all have in our kitchens, and yes, it is a powerful witchcraft weapon. Remember also that all of the salts that I'm going to be talking about in this video today are going to be in my website, White Raven and Witches Lair. You can just follow this QR code that I'm going to put in the screen for you guys, or you can just simply go to my website, whiteravenandwitcheslair.com. Before we get into the type of salts that I want to share with you today, I want to talk a little bit about salt throughout history. Salt has been used for over 6,000 years, witches, and almost every culture on earth have used salt for protection, banishing, and purification. Why? Because salt preserves life, and it kills what does not belong. Salt, my beautiful witches, is uncorruptible, and what is corrupt cannot cross it. Salt is one of the oldest magical tools on earth, and every culture has used it for the same reason. Salt protects, and salt destroyed what shouldn't be there. Ancient witches noticed something simple. Salt preserves life and kills rot. Anything that tries to decay you, either physically or spiritually, hates salt. In Mesopotamia, salt blocked demons. In Egypt and Greece, it purified the body and temples. In the Mediterranean and Latin America, salt breaks the evil eye and absorbs envy. In European, Africans, and Hoodoo traditions, salt at the door keeps evil spirit away and bad intentions. So when you're holding salt, you're not holding just a simple kitchen ingredient, witches. You are holding thousands of years of protection, banishing, cursing, and curse breaking in your hands. Now let's talk about some of the different type of salts. There's a lot more, but these are some of my favorites. Sea salt or kosher salt, the cleanser. This is your foundation. This is your neutralizer. Baths, floors, doors, circles. This salt is your spiritual bleach. Himalayan pink salt, the absorber. This pulls emotional heaviness away from you, out of your field. Anxiety, exhaustion, sadness. Pink salt, eat the stuff alive. Black salt, the aggressor. Charcoal or iron mixed with salt. This one protects, cuts, banish, curse, destroy bad intentions. This is for serious magical workings. Then we have your typical table salt. That's everyday weapon, which is right at the tip of your fingers. This is going to be the salt in your kitchen, your first line of defense. It protects, it cleanses, it breaks evil eye, it absorbs negativity. Never underestimate it. Now we have something that is not necessarily salt, but witches use it as such. And that is this Epsom salt. Epsom salt is the body purifier. It's perfect for a spiritual bath, pulls toxins, tensions, dark, evil energy around you, and spiritual muck out of your body. If you have been drained or spiritually invaded, which is Epsom salt, is the one for you. We then have this beauty, rock salt, the heavy duty shield, which is chunky, powerful, and pretty good actually when you want to use it outdoors. It could be around the house, in your porch, in your yard. It builds a wall spirits cannot cross. So if you want to protect the perimeters of your home, the rock salt should be a really good one to use. Another one that I absolutely love, this is one of my favorite salts, and I'll tell you in a little bit what I use it for, is prickling salt. This is perfect for spell jars, uncrossing, and yes, freezer spells, and I will tell you about that later on. Which is, I also want to add that you can create your own salts mixing different ingredients. In my website, I have one of my beloveds, the Witch's Badass salt. This one is black salt. I have silver, yes, you heard right, silver infused black salt. This one is really good to banish and keep away specific spirits that are, how could I say this? From that in between spiritual world and this world, maybe spirits from another dimension. This is the one that you want to use for that. You also have this salt for protection. It has a lot of really awesome ingredients. This is White Raven, the Witch's Badass salt in blue. You have the Witch's Badass salt in red. And last, you have the Witch's Badass salt in yellow. Check out my website because you're going to find these different type of salts, and check out the description of every product because it's going to tell you how to use it and what is it for. So now I'm going to share with you, and maybe you want to take some notes, stop the video and take notes, ways in which you can protect yourself with salt and things that you can use with salt. There's so many things that you can use with salt, but over here, these are some that are very interesting. Number one, and the most simple ones that you can do right now at home. Number one, door line. Which is, you can put a thin line of salt in the entrance of your home. Sea salt for general protection. Table salt, if that's what you have, then that's what you use. Rock salt, if you have do not enter type of barrier, because nothing with bad intentions can cross it. Remember, which is, soil is uncorruptible, so the corrupt cannot cross it. You can use salt witches to keep unwanted visitors away. You can throw a mix of salt, black pepper, and sulfur behind an unwanted visitor once he or she leaves. This way, they will never come back. This is a really good idea when you have somebody knocking in your door. It's probably the law or collectors or people that you simply do not want in your home. Remember, a mix of salt, black pepper, and sulfur, and you throw it at them when they're leaving, and then chant your curses at them like you're never going to come back to this house. Easy. Another one that I really like, and pay attention, you can break a love hex with salt. You are going to scatter a mix of salt with dill leaves in your floor all throughout your home. And this will break any hex thrown at you and your significant other. That could be another woman that wants your man. That could be somebody that envies what you have and is throwing you hexes. You can do this to break any hex pertaining you and your significant other. Spiritual baths. This is not secret, and this is something that I share with you almost every other video. We talk about bathing yourself with salt for protection and many other things. This is a classic. You can use pink salt if you feel emotionally very heavy and charged. You can use Epsom salt if your body feels drained, tight, or spiritually dirty. Sometimes we have heavy days. We expose ourselves to situations that perhaps we're ashamed of, or we hate that we were put in such specific spots. Whatever it is, Epsom salt is great to detox your spirit. Salt is awesome to cleanse your tools. You can put your tools inside salt to clean them and completely neutralize them. Having said that, be careful with some crystals because some crystals will react and could get damage inside salt. So always check your crystals before putting them in salt. Also, witches, you can charge the salt. Salt will hold your command. Tell it exactly what job needs to be done. Pink salt is going to absorb emotions. Black salt is going to fight and defend. Table salt is going to respond really fast. Salt is just simply going to obey. Is your ally, witches. Now, when it comes to darker works, salt can do very delicious things, which is, this is up my alley. This is what I prefer, and this is what I like. Number 1, you can do banishing salt throw. You're going to be throwing salt to banish. This is old school and it's very powerful. You're going to grab black salt, put some black salt in the palm of your hand, and you're going to talk to it, the problem that you have. And then you're going to just throw it out your front door. You're pushing that energy out of your life. If you have situations that are very heavy, but they're not necessarily involving specific people, you can also use rock salt instead, because it's going to give the spell a little bit more weight. To curse an enemy. This is delicious, witches, and it's so easy. You're going to mix black salt into water, and you are going to sprinkle this mix where your enemy walks. If you're able to do this and sprinkle this where the person lives, better. But I know that's very hard nowadays. So sprinkle this mix where your enemy walks while cursing his or her name. You can use salt, witches, to make someone leave. Let's say you have somebody at home that is overextending their stay with you. Perhaps you were good enough to offer them a night in your house, and there's 3 months going on and that person's still sucking your teddy. You know what I'm saying? Living out of you. Get that person out of your home like this. You are going to mix black salt and red pepper, and you are going to sprinkle this either in the person's shoes if you're able to, or where this person walks. Let me tell you something, which is this works so fast. So fast. Trust me. And while you're doing this, you're visualizing that person not leaving. They are just running out of your space. Next, something very useful, which is this is salt to dry a hex. If somebody has thrown a hex against you, salt dry things. The same way it will dry away this hex. Sea salt, table salt, or prickling salt works best when it comes to this. Put salt in a jar and the name of the situation. Shake it, and you'll be suffocating either a hex thrown at you, and if it's a person, you can do the same thing. You just write down the name of the person in a paper, whoever is aggravating you, put it in that jar with salt and shake it. And you're going to dry that problem, that hex of that person out. As a matter of fact, pink salt is great to dry out emotional manipulation. If you have somebody around you that is trying to manipulate you, put them in pink salt. It will dry away any guilt, any fear, envy, or any emotional hooks. Salt is fantastic to cut energies, which is because salt severs. If someone is stuck to your energy, an ex, a toxic friend, a job draining your life, salt will cut that connection. You can use black salt when the attachment is hostile. You can use Epsom salt when it's draining your emotional and physical strength. Or you can use table salt when you need a fast, sharp cut. Last, my very favorite, prickling salt. This is my secret weapon, and I have shared this with you a long time ago in one of my Fraser Spells videos. Prickling salt does not clumps, it hardens, it stiffens. When you put prickling salt in a freezer spells with the name of the person, you're freezing their influence solid. It's like double freezing someone. You're stopping their mouth, their actions, their interference. You are stiffening their ability to move against you. Literally freezing their intentions in place. You are double freezing. And so, witches, salt. What an awesome ally we have right now in our kitchens. Salt is ancient. Salt is universal. And salt is one of the strongest protections you can keep in your home. Let me know in the comments which type of salt will you be using tonight. As always, witches, I wish you the best. And that's it, witches. Thank you so much for being here with me today, yet another Monday. Thank you so much for everybody that has been visiting my website, whiteravenandwitcheslayer.com. And you guys are cleaning me out just again. Every week is the same. Remember that I have a lot of different salts in the website for your protection, for hexing, for cursing, for anything you want. Also for bathing, I have a lot of beautiful salts for your magical endeavors. Other than that, witches, please subscribe to the channel, visit my website, whiteravenandwitcheslayer.com, and I love you. Remember to stay very smart, because knowledge is power. And with all that knowledge, you must stay so very wicked. I'll see you next Monday. Bye.